today. Shout out to offseason Caitlin Clark sources. Offseason Caitlin Clark sources be having the sources. They stated Caitlin Clark profile headshot has been updated on Team USA. So this is the new and improved looking Caitlin Clark. Now, as y'all can see here from this picture, judging by her shoulders, she lost a lot of weight. But this is the Caitlin we want to see. See, this is the Caitlin that shoot logo threes. And judging off the footage that came out this weekend, there was a lot of
The harsh reality the WNBA doesn't want to confront is written clearly in the numbers. Viewership spiked when Caitlin Clark returned to the court for Team USA in Raleigh, then slipped on day 2 as casual curiosity wore off. By day 3, it collapsed entirely. That pattern tells a story the league has spent years trying to deny. The opening surge wasn't loyalty or sustained growth. It was momentary interest. The drop that followed exposed how quickly attention fades once the novelty disappears. When engagement falls off that sharply, it isn't bad luck. It's the market speaking. And with the WNBA staring ahead to the 2026 season, those swings should be deeply concerning because they reveal just how fragile and shallow the current fan base really is.
On the CBA negotiations. From my understanding, they put forth another proposal for the WNBA players and the owners, but the players did not accept the new proposal. Now, we know January 6th was that 6-week timeline that we got before we either see another extension or another shutdown. Now, with that being said, I'm here to tell you, if we do not have a CBA signed by March or April, we gonna be in trouble. We gonna be in some serious trouble with the WNBA coming back for the 2026 season.
January 6th is the hard deadline. In just 6 weeks, the WNBA and its players must either finalize a new collective bargaining agreement, agree to another extension, or risk a complete shutdown. According to the latest reports, players have already rejected the owner's most recent proposal, and the clock is ticking. The math is simple and alarming. Without a signed CBA by March or April, the entire 2026 season could be lost. A lockout doesn't just pause basketball, it kills momentum. And that momentum is already slipping. Even Unrivaled can't be counted on as a safety net after failing to deliver the numbers many expected. When your backup plan falters before your main product even stops, you're no longer dealing with speculation. You're facing a full-scale crisis.
It was updated. This is Caitlin Clark professional notes. Instead, in her rookie season with the Fever, Caitlin Clark set league single season record of 337 and single game records of 19 in assists, broke the rookie scoring record of 769 points, and became the first rookie to achieve a triple-double. She was named the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, the third Fever player to earn the honor. Additionally, was the only rookie selected in all WNBA first team, becoming the first rookie since 2009 and only the 5th overall to ever name the league's first team, drafted number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever in 2024.
Now, let's get to what actually matters from Team USA camp. Chloe Peterson of the Indy Star made history as the first WNBA reporter granted access to watch Caitlin Clark practice with the national team, and her observations offer a clear picture of where Clark stands in her recovery from the eardrum injury she suffered during the playoffs. The first thing that stands out is her shot. It's back. Those signature logo threes that defined her rise are still there. Her speed is returning as well, which is critical because that burst off the dribble is what unlocks her passing and playmaking. The key takeaway, though, comes straight from Clark herself. She says she's physically at 100%. What remains is timing. The injury didn't strip away her skill, but the time off introduced some rust, and that rhythm is what she's still working to fully regain as she pushes toward peak form.
For the first time was probably the most noteworthy aspect of USA camp in Raleigh this past weekend.
And obviously, nationally, there was a lot of interest with Caitlin Clark, and obviously locally, we're Indy Star here. A lot of interest in Caitlin Clark returning. Just what did you see from her play? You know, did she impress? I know Cara Lawson talked highly of her, Suber as well. Just like, what did you see from Caitlin in USA camp being healthy?
Still there. That was one of my leads, was just, that shot of hers that we're all so familiar with, very much still there. Her
subject most people avoid when discussing Caitlin Clark's game. Watching her go head-to-head with Kelsey Plum at Team USA camp made clear why Chloe Peterson chose her words carefully. Clark had moments of struggle against one of the league's elite guards, and with Russ still running the system, certain defensive gaps were impossible to ignore. But the more revealing sequence came when Clark matched up with Paige Buchers. The dynamic changed immediately. This wasn't about deciding who's better. It was about envisioning how two stars like this could eventually function together on the same roster. And that's the real objective of Team USA right now. They're not here to eliminate players. They're here to build chemistry and lay the groundwork for what the future could look like.
What we're going to talk about is Annie Constable being the first reporter to do a sit-down interview and talk about what she's seen when she was granted access to see Caitlin Clark. We're going to talk about that shortly. Now, something else.
Let's address the obvious first. Team USA has updated Caitlin Clark's official headshot and bio, and the photo shows noticeable weight loss in her shoulders compared to her rookie season. Before anyone jumps to conclusions, context matters. This is Clark at her natural playing weight, not the heavier frame she carried through a grueling 40-game WNBA season and playoff run. Her updated professional bio now reads like a resume of history, a single-season assist record, a rookie scoring record with 769 points, the first rookie triple-double in WNBA history, 2024 Rookie of the Year, and a first-team All-WNBA selection, making her just the fifth rookie ever to earn that honor. When you see those accomplishments listed back-to-back, the scale of what she achieved in just one season becomes impossible to ignore.
I saw someone ask me, like, who's standing out and who looks like someone that's going to get cut. And it's just, that's not the purpose of this camp. This is not a camp that's like, oh, hey, you're no longer going to be in the pool after this one camp, So I think, those were some of my takeaways.
Is that your only question, Chloe?
Yeah. You have a question?
Oh, shit.
So that was Annie Constable, man. You guys can check out the full interview on the Indy Star YouTube channel. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about that one. Keep them bells on, and we will be back with some more Caitlin Clark content. And like always, man, until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.
Here's something worth noting. Chloe Peterson sat down with the Indy Star for a 2-hour interview discussing her exclusive access to Caitlin Clark at Team USA camp. And the video is sitting at roughly 4,000 views. For the first reporter granted that level of behind-the-scenes access, those numbers are surprisingly low. When you compare that to the massive attention Clark generates on social media or the viewership her games pull during the season, the contrast is striking. It reveals a lot about the audience. Fans will watch her play, consume highlights, and engage with hot takes. But when it comes to long-form coverage focused on her development, the interest drops off sharply. This isn't a critique of Peterson's reporting. It's a reality check. The audience wants the spectacle, not the deeper story. They want the show, not the breakdown.
Caitlin Clark content. So it looked like Team USA wraps up the weekend with a lot of footage coming out. Now, the numbers, I was very interested to see how everybody was going to take the Caitlin Clark returning back to the basketball court. And I'm about 50-50 sold on the algorithm being right where it need to be. The first day, we seen numbers go up and down. Second day, numbers go up and down. Third day, they kind of plummet, which means to tell me a lot of people still are interested, but there is also a lot of people that ain't interested in Caitlin.
Let's break down what all of this actually means for the WNBA's future. Viewership at Team USA camp spike dipped and then collapsed over just 3 days, and that pattern isn't evidence of sustainable growth. It points to a fan base that shows up for one player when she's on the court and disappears once the novelty wears off. At the same time, CBA negotiations remain stalled with a hard January 6th deadline looming. If talks drag into March or April without a deal, the 2026 season could be in serious jeopardy. Unlike other major leagues, the WNBA doesn't have a deep, loyal audience willing to patiently wait through a shutdown. Momentum from 2024 is already fading, and a lockout would erase what little remains. On the court, Caitlin Clark is physically healthy, but still working through rust from her eardrum injury. Her offensive game remains elite, while defensive gaps are still visible, and Team USA is using this camp to evaluate how she fits alongside the next generation talent, especially Paige Buchers, as they begin laying the foundation for the 2028 Olympic roster. Off the court, the attention gap is impossible to ignore. Clark still commands massive engagement when it comes to highlights or controversy, but long-form reporting draws little interest. A 2-hour interview featuring exclusive Team USA access struggles to reach even a few hundred views, while a 30-second clip of a logo racks up hundreds of thousands. The league is learning a hard lesson about the difference between celebrity appeal and real sports fandom. The uncomfortable truth is that the WNBA experienced a 1-year spike in relevance because Caitlin Clark entered the league at the perfect intersection of talent, personality, and cultural timing. But spikes don't build lasting businesses. Foundations do. And right now, that foundation is cracking. Viewership is slipping. The CBA is stalled. Unrivaled failed to deliver as a backup plan. And the 2024 fan base that showed up for Clark is proving to be conditional and fleeting. Fans will watch her play, but not practice. They'll consume drama, but not analysis. So what happens if there is number 2026 season? What if a lockout drags on, momentum is lost? Clark loses a year of prime, and casual fans move on. When the league returns, it may be forced to start over. The algorithm tells the story clearly. Day 1 curiosity, Day 2 decline, Day 3 collapse. That's not sustainable growth. It's a novelty act losing its shine. If the WNBA can't convert Caitlin Clark's individual star power into long-term stability, 2024 may end up looking like a one-hit wonder. The real question isn't whether Caitlin Clark will still be great, but whether anyone will still care by 2026. And based on the numbers right now, that's far from guaranteed.